Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to the Money Classroom. Big up yourself on this fine Sunday afternoon. Big up yourself, everyone. We are back. Today, we are talking about the future of money because we're all about money. And so, understanding where money is headed is very critical when you are looking to build wealth. Let me say that again. Understanding money and your choice of money is critical when you are building wealth. Determining the right choice of money is what is going to make you successful. It's what's going to create opportunities for you because money creates possibilities, and understanding your choice of money is super critical. So, we also have a guest expert today from one of the pioneering, or I'm guessing the pioneering mobile payments provider in Jamaica. It is going to be amazing because we are going to talk to them about how they are moving digital and mobile payments forward in Jamaica. So that's amazing. For those joining for the first time, I am Keisha Bailey, investment educator and the CEO of Profit Jumpstarter. In these internet streets, I'm referred to as Keisha the teacher because I teach you guys how to invest so that you can turn the money you have into the money you want. I teach you how to unlock wealth through the power of investing. No matter your age or your stage in life or how much you're earning, so your wage, you are able to take some form of lesson from the Money Classroom, and that's why we are here. To make sure you learn something, and of course, go and implement it because knowledge is nothing without execution. So let us start off with our disclaimer.
The information provided on this show is for general entertainment and education purposes only. No information, materials, services, and other content provided on this show constitute solicitation, recommendation, endorsement, or any financial investment or other advice. Seek independent professional consultation in the form of legal, financial, and investment advice before making any investment decision.
All right. So, of course, let me know where you are repping from tonight. Where are you repping from inside the Money Classroom? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. I see Ayana is here and ready for class. Big up yourself, Ayana Brown, for coming in early to class and making sure you are here, right? We see that you're very keen on understanding the future of your money. So that is good. You are here. Let me know. Spanish Town, Ayana. Big up yourself from Spanish Town. Make sure you have your money notebook ready to take notes. You are ready. And of course, Q&A is also welcome. We're going to have a lot of questions, of course. So let me know where exactly you guys are joining in from tonight. So we are ready to jump in. Kingston, Jamaica, big up yourself. Myrna from Fort Lauderdale. Welcome, Myrna. Welcome. Inside the Money Classroom, Myrna. Happy to see you here. Okay. All right. I am going to be jumping in to our lesson now. Let us start.
The lesson is here. Take out your money book. Get ready.
All right. So today we're talking about the future of money. Big up Peter Gay from Stony Hill and Nisha. Big up yourself. We are talking about the future of money today. But first, it is important to understand the history of money so we know where money coming from and we can say, all right, where is money going? It's important for us to go through that. So the value of money, which as of 2021 was estimated to be $420 trillion, depends on the importance that you place on it. Money is only as important as the value that you place on it. And it is us here, regular folks, who say, you know what? I value money. This particular form of money is more valuable than another form. It is how we put importance on different types of money that really drives the value. So money is coming all the way from barter, where people would have exchanged livestock, animals, for goods and services. Then we moved on to golds, metal coins, paper money, all the way down to cryptocurrencies, which are the new rage that's going on. So we've come a long way with money. I'm going to take you through this entire journey today so that you can have a better understanding of where we are headed as well. Hello, Santana from Mandeville. All right, so let us set this straight before. The functions of money. Money has three main functions. It is a medium of exchange. It has to also be a unit of measurement, and most importantly, a store of value. So whatever it is through the history of time that people have called money, whether it's coin, whether it's cattle, it has to have these three criteria. It needs to be a medium of exchange, a unit of measurement, and a store of value. So when I talk about medium of exchange, that's where we're trading money for goods and services indirectly. Any form of payment for goods and services is referred to as money. This is how we're able to exchange one set of goods for another. Now, one of these key definitions from this book, and I recommend you guys all read this, it's called The Bitcoin Standard by Saifuddin Amos. His definition here is that being a medium of exchange is the quintessential function that defines money. In other words, it is a good that is purchased and it's not consumed nor to be employed in the production of other goods, but it is primarily for the sake of being exchanged for other goods. So money has to be easily exchangeable. That's the main definition. Second function is that it needs to be a unit of measurement, meaning we can communicate the price of goods and services using money. So what we're most used to is having a numerical amount. This is $10, $5, $6, $1 million, $20 million, $100 million. Once we're able to quantify a unit of measurement, that is one of the functions of money as well. The third function of money is that it must be a store of wealth. This is the way that money provides for us to maintain or keep our wealth accounted for. If money does not hold value, it breaks down. So remember, I'm telling you this earlier on. If you see that the money is losing value, then eventually it's going to be replaced. Know that. So bartering, money in some form or another has been part of the human history for the last 5,000 years. People have always, in the simplest way, exchanged goods and services way before there was any form of money. So what would happen, you could have Farmer Joe saying, well, you know, I'm going to give you some cows in exchange for some chicken. For that to happen, we need something called coincidence of wants. Because if Farmer Joe is giving me cow and I don't want cow, the entire system breaks down. I need to want whatever he's bartering with me for. So this system used to be very efficient until economies grew, the market got larger, and so we had a problem in the coincidence of wants. Because Farmer Joe could say, well, I'm going to give you these 3 cows and you give me 6 chickens. And I may say, well, I don't want cows, I need some goats. And he'll say, well, I'll have this cow, I'm a cow farmer. It breaks down the entire transaction right there. That's a problem with barter. It still occurs today, but the main drawback of bartering is that if there's no coincidence of wants, it doesn't work. So let's make another critical definition. Money versus currency. So money, as we know it, cannot be touched or smelled. It's an intangible concept. Currency is the physical manifestation of money. So where we see coins and notes and, online payments, mobile payments, that is a currency and not money itself. A lot of persons use the two terms interchangeably, but money is really the number and the currency is the paper note, the coins, the plastic cards, the online facilities. That's what the currency is versus money, which is the intangible concept, just the numbers, the 500, 600. But however, we paid, there are many forms of 500. We can run our debit card, credit card, we can do cash, we can do coins. Back in the day, you could have do some codes. So we have to understand the difference between money and currency. Now, one of the biggest impacts of money is that it has allowed the speed of which we do business to increase. That is one of the primary benefits of money on the global economy. We are able to transact business much more efficiently and effectively. So any form of currency that allows you to do transactions more readily and allows you to be able to conduct business easier is going to be adopted much faster, because that is the purpose, that's the impact of money, for us to do business with each other. Now, some of the main features of currencies is that they need to be divisible in scale, durable, and it needs to hold value in the future. When I say divisible in scale, we need to be able to break it into smaller units. So we need to have 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents. We need to have $100, $200. We have different scales that we can divide the money into. And it also needs to be durable. So the money should not be perishable. That's the problem. If we're using money like potatoes, it will perish after a while, so it's losing value. Money, the form that we have for the currency, has to be durable and it has to be easily transferable. These days, when we talk about transferable, we're talking about speed. Because people don't like wire transfers anymore that take days. They want quicker transfers of currency. Also, the currency has to hold value into the future. Remember that the value has to be maintained. We can't have currencies that were once very strong now all of a sudden becoming weaker, which is the case today. We have to make sure that currencies hold value into the future. So one of the difficulties with the hardness of money is that it has to then be very costly to produce. When gold was used as one of the main currencies, gold is very hard to create. It's very hard to produce. You have to go gold mines, and there are limited amounts of gold that are available worldwide. So it's very hard to get gold, which is why gold was a very, very good form of currency. These days, because central banks and governments can print money, the supply has increased over time. So if we look here at these two graphs, this is the money supply in the US. It has increased drastically over time. And the money supply in Jamaica has increased very, very drastically. Governments are printing more money. It's very easy for them to do. And again, remember, one of the main features is that we need to be able to maintain value over time. If it is this easy for governments to keep printing money, the value of the currencies that are printed, it loses value over time. The more that a government or a central bank prints currencies, the more the value of that currency depreciates. The cheaper that money becomes. The best forms of money are very hard to produce. This is why gold was used for so many centuries, because the supply is limited and it is extremely hard to produce more gold. These days, with fiat money, paper money, banks just print, the central banks print, and they have consistently increased the money supply over time. This is what we're seeing here in the US and in Jamaica. And these are official statistics. The money supply has drastically increased, so these currencies have lost value over time. This is why I'm saying you have to understand the choice of money that you want if you plan on being wealthy. Because when you understand that for money, it is critical for it to maintain its value, you are going to be very keen to the forms of currency that are losing value and say, look here, that is not for me. I don't want any of these forms of currencies that are losing value quickly. So let's look at the history going through. The first coin was minted back in 600 BC by King Alyattes from Lydia. He created a gold coin, and they stamped these pictures on them to denote the denominations. As well, the pictures help to show the authenticity of the coin. So this is it. Way back when. Today we have paper money with presidents or prime ministers or heroes on them. It's all coming back from this point here. It was a measure of showing the authenticity of the coins. Now, when we had the gold standard, this is where we had a monetary system where a country's currency could be exchanged for gold. There was a direct link between gold and paper money, because what happened is that it's very hard to transfer gold around. You cannot be walking with a whole heap of gold in your pocket, and the gold was not easily divisible. You can't just chip off a little piece of gold and use it for a transaction. It doesn't work like that. And so because of the lack of it became harder to transfer, and it was harder to be divisible, we moved slowly to what was referred to as the gold standard, where we started now printing paper money, which was easier to transfer, and we could have more denominations, so more units, so it was now more divisible. The problem, however, with this is that we put the creation of money in the hands of the governments. So it was now the governments that would print money as needed, and therein was the first major problem that we had. This is President Herbert Hoover from the US. He said, we have gold because we cannot trust the government. Over time, we've had a lot of debates with governments around trusting them, are they really looking out for the population? But it comes back when you're choosing the type of money you want. You have to understand the function of money and really how it works. Because in this case of gold, it was easier to avoid inflation because you weren't drastically increasing money supply. Think about what happened with the pandemic. A lot of governments just printed more and more money and pumped up the money supply. Because of that, we have the inflation problem that we're struggling with today. That would not have been that easy with gold, because they couldn't have just they would have had to have taken from their gold reserves and sent that out to the public. It's much easier with paper money. You just print some more, throw it at the problem. But in doing so, you create inflation, which is what we're all struggling with now today. Now, banknotes. I don't know how many people here remember this $1 note from way back when. Don't age yourself. But if you remember the $1 note, drop it in the chat. Say, yes, I remember. I have used this note. I've held it physically. I'm one such person. But one of the key things now with banknotes is that because there was so much business occurring with the gold standard, we started having now banknotes. The banks were able to issue notes. First, it was the government issuing, but then that duty moved to the banks. And this was how we were able to know the more transactions. We had IOUs created, we had checks now being created, that, it was easier to have a business transaction, because instead of sending over millions of dollars across countries, we could send checks, we could do wire transfers and that sort of thing. So Clover is saying, yes, remember, I use it. Yes. So mobile payments. With mobile payments, now next evolution of money. Mobile payments now are where you're using your phone, tablet to do transaction. With this mobile technology, we're now able to send money to friends, families. We're able to do transactions now on our phone. We're doing now digital transactions versus checks, which is the last iteration that we're at. It used to be send a check, all right, do a wire transfer. But of course, we know check take 45 days to clear. Then we had a lot of fraudulent checks, check bounce. So we moved then to wire transfers. Wire transfer take about 3 to 5 business days, but people say, boy, that take too long. I need faster processing for transactions. I need to be able to do business more efficiently. Enter mobile payments. Very, very quick, very easy. Peer-to-peer transactions, business transaction can be facilitated now much more quickly. Then we're moving slowly into what I believe will be the future, which is virtual currency. And you see the evolution going from cow, cattle, livestock, slowly into coins, gold coins, then to paper money. Then we start doing no checks, wire transfer, moving into mobile payments, then ultimately to virtual currencies. And the main virtual currency we know about is Bitcoin, which was created back in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. He created now the standard for virtual currencies. And the thing with virtual currencies, they hold a lot of the features, the functions of money that we discussed. They are divisible. They're not easily replicated because there is a finite amount of virtual currencies and you can't easily create new ones. It took us years upon years upon years, decade from 2009 to now to have the 21 million Bitcoin that exists. We can't easily increase that number because it takes a lot of time. It's not like paper money that we just print. Virtual currencies have no physical coinage. The appeal for virtual currency is that lower transaction fees than traditional online payment, and it's operated by decentralized authorities. So what happens now with virtual currencies will come full circle back to taking out the central bank and other banks out of the transactions. That I believe will ultimately be the future. We will eventually get there because what happens is that right now the value of money is rapidly depreciating because central banks can easily print it. And the more the supply of money increases, the lower the value is. And so as persons slowly transition away into other forms of currency, eventually I believe, this is my personal belief, I believe we are going to get to this virtual currency state. That's where I think we're headed. I want you guys to fully understand where we're coming from, understand the current economy we're living in, where there are still features of paper money, but I believe the pandemic has really sped up that transition now into mobile digital transactions much quicker. That's where we are now. So a lot of persons are favoring mobile transaction. They want the speed and the ease of doing business this way. So understand where we're headed to next, which is likely now virtual currencies. That's where we're headed. So your choice of money, if you are still saying, you know what, I like put my money under my mattress, your money is losing value under there and it is not durable. The paper money is not durable. It can actually rot. So we'll put it under the mattress, mold, take it up, it will lose value. Understand where we're headed. It is critical to understand that as you are building wealth. Make sure in your head you're thinking about the choice of money. It is critical if you are looking to build wealth. So, future is here. As I said, we have come from swapping animal skins to coins to printing paper money. Today, we are on the cusp of a massive shift to electronic transactions and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. You better understand, you better recognize the signs of the times. It is critical. Understand the signs of the times that we are living in, and more than ever, be extremely careful in your choice of money because it will determine the amount of wealth you can create in the future. We want to be early adopters. We want to know that the natural transition is occurring and jump in on that transaction. We want to be able to do that. That's how we're going to be able to build wealth. And I know you guys serious because you're in the money classroom, front and center, learning more about money. And of course, we're going to implement it because knowledge is nothing without execution. Make sure knowledge is nothing without execution. So that is my little intro. That is the lesson. I'm now going to be bringing on our guest expert who's going to share lots of insights with us about mobile payments, digital payments, and what he believes as well will be the future of money. So, welcome to the Money Classroom, John-Matthew Sinclair, Chief Product Officer with Lynk Jamaica. Big up yourself. John, welcome to the Money Classroom.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'm going to introduce John, everyone, so you know him. John-Matthew is a digital evangelist responsible for the digital transformation and product delivery to the financial and supporting sectors. John-Matthew is currently employed to NCB Financial Group's newest fintech called the Future of Business, TFOB 2021 Limited, supporting the developers of Lynk Jamaica's newest digital wallet, a team that starts with bringing digital innovation to the payment space, which is critical. John-Matthew was previously employed by Credit Info Jamaica, which is Jamaica's first credit bureau. So he has been a part of many firsts. And he was the CEO responsible for digital transformation. Before Credit Info Jamaica, John was employed to NCB as a digital transformation manager and agile coach, where he supported multiple agile labs charged with improving customer experiences and operational efficiencies. John-Matthew has over 15 years of experience in transformation, IT, project management, startups, and marketing. John-Matthew holds multiple agile and project management certifications from the PMI, Scrum Alliance, IC Agile, just to name a few. John loves sports and is a thrill seeker and adrenaline junkie. All right. So big up yourself, John. Please, just anything I missed here, share with everyone something that wasn't on your bio, something that we don't really know. If we see it, we wouldn't know that.
Boy, well, that was a lot to download. So the only thing that I guess is not there, two things not there. So I have never in my life had coffee. I have never had coffee before. I like how it smells, never tasted it. And the second thing is I'm an aspiring vegan, right? I'm trying to get there slowly but surely. I've convinced myself that the meat that I eat, they are vegetarians. So I think there is some justice, right? The cows eat grass and that type of stuff. But I'm trying to live a healthier life, a cleaner life, and I think I'm going to explore this vegan lifestyle. So I'm slowly eliminating things out of my diet. So that wasn't there.
I was there for a minute, but then pregnancy whipped that swiftly away. As like the day I found out that just went, everything started tasting differently.
Oh boy. Well, I'm going to try. Hopefully I can stick to it. But the transition is
good.
But I feel much better as I transition. So I'm hoping that I can stick to it.
All right. I have a question. Rochelle is saying, hi, John-Matthew.
Hey, Rochelle.
And Peter Gay saying, are you a twin?
No, I have no siblings.
Peter Gay, see you somewhere already.
No, I might have a look-alike, but I don't have any siblings. So there's nobody that should be looking like me directly. But who knows?
All right. So let's share with everyone Lynk Jamaica. What exactly does the company do, and what is the overall mission of this company?
All right. So Lynk, as you mentioned, was started by the NCB Financial Group. Well, it started on a company called TFOB. Our job is to bring payment innovation to Jamaica, and eventually to the Caribbean. We start out as a digital wallet, but what we essentially want to become is a super app. And the main mantra of the company is to extend financial inclusion. A lot of persons are disenfranchised from accessing finances, and I know we're talking about money, but if you keep all your money in cash, it's very difficult for companies that lend to really know how you behave, right? Cash is kind of untraceable, if you know what I mean. And a lot of these companies need data to determine if they can extend loans to you, look at your behavior, etc. So what we want to do is make financial inclusion easier, but by allowing you to have a very delightful experience while you spend your money and while you access value. So our job is to bring that innovation to Jamaica. We started in December. We have, this is our MVP, minimum viable product. We have over 100,000 customers on the platform now.
Nice.
Which is good. In 4 months into a digital space where Jamaica is getting digital, it's a great achievement for us. We're excited about the journey. We did have some kinks and some hiccups along the way, but that's what happens when you have new technology.
Right.
Our customers have sticky to them costs and them make up them noise, and some of them love us. It's a part of the journey, and we have been responding to each and every one of them to ensure that they can get into the application and utilize it. But at the end of the day, we want to ensure that you have reason to use the app. We want to bring innovation and new features to the app every month. So every month you get a new update, new features. We just launched mobile top up, and I know we're going to get into what the app does, but we just launched mobile top up last week, Wednesday. We haven't advertised it as yet, so you guys are some of the first to hear about it. And we'll have other things coming where you're going to stay in the app, more than just cashing out. So just watch the space.
Yeah, and again, the future of money. Digital payments will increase speed of business. Couple episodes ago on Money Classroom, we spoke about the importance of business. Bernice was on, she said, look here, if you're looking to scale your business, banks need this data to be able to lend to you. You cannot be running a business and your money is in your handbag at evening time, or you carry the money and you lock it up in a little box behind a wall somewhere. You're not going to be able to scale your company towards growth. You have to put the money inside the financial system to demonstrate to the lenders, because remember, you need lending to grow. I always say, why spend mine when I can spend yours?
Amen to that.
They're there to help to facilitate growth. And so you need to have your money inside the financial system for sure. So talk about the features of Lynk. What are the different things that we can do on the app currently, and how does one find the app to download?
All right. No, I love that question. So let me start with so the app has two sides, right? We have the consumer side of the app, which is what I'm going to talk about now. And then I'm going to talk about some future features where you mentioned small businesses. Yes, so we'll be launching features for the micro businesses all the way to the large enterprises. At the end of the day, there'll be a very large ecosystem that Lynk can play in, from the consumer to the merchant and then the consumer to the consumer. So how do you get the app? So the app is called Lynk, Lynk. It's available on both popular platforms, which is the Android and Apple. We know we still have Windows phones out there, and I think there are still some Blackberries, but we are focused on the 99% of the network, which is Apple and Android. So you can go to the relevant app stores, search for Lynk, download it. It takes roughly about 5 minutes to onboard. And one of the key features of the app is what we call fast self-onboarding. So all you need is a government issue. Well, you need a phone, naturally. You need an email address, which most of us do have because we're using the smart devices. So we have to utilize an email to get into it. A phone number, you should have a phone number if you have the phone. And then once we've verified that information, we're going to ask you to take a picture of your government issued ID. And the reason why we do this is we are regulated by the Bank of Jamaica, and it is required that we go through the full KYC, know your customer process. What we don't want to the Keisha and listeners is we don't want you to have to visit a physical facility to onboard. That is a turnoff. And the predecessors before Lynk, that was one of the issues that they had, where you sign up online and then you have to go visit a physical location.
Yeah, not efficient.
Not efficient. We want you to be able to sit down on your couch, sit down at work, wherever you are, wherever you have the time, and onboard, even in your car. So you take a picture of a government issued ID. We will validate it against the database, and then you have to take a selfie. We have to do a liveness test to know that the person behind the camera is really alive, right? So we all take selfies. If you go out anywhere you go with your friends, or just to some location that you like, you're going to take a selfie. So we know how to take the selfie. Once we get all that information and we validate it, then you get access to the app. That process usually takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on the quality of the camera and the network. Another beautiful thing about it is that we are partnering with the telcos, the telecoms, Digicel and Flow, to offer the app data free, which means that you don't need to have data. You need data to download the app or Wi-Fi, but you don't need data to use the app on Digicel, and we're currently working with Flow to offer the same type of service. So let's talk about some of the key features. So once you get into the app, let's talk about some of the key features. One, you can refer a friend and earn $250. So this is something
people like that.
Yeah, man. So you download the app, you refer your friends, you refer 10 friends, 10 times 250 is how much, Keisha? $2,500, right? So easily, and if you have a strong network, if they're not on the uppers yet, unfortunate for them, but if they're not on the uppers yet, you refer them, you get 250. Outside of that,
Which is good. Let me point that out to the persons here. With Profit Jumpstarter inside the money classroom, we love free money. We love profit. We love gains. If there is something you can do where you are getting free money, bring it on in.
Bring it on.
It will take nothing off of you to make a referral. It's free money.
And it's easy. It's easy. And we saw people earn big in December when we had launch. We did a soft launch, no advertising. Persons heard about the app, and then boom, TikTok went off, and big money was being earned from referrals. So that was exciting. It was exciting for us. We didn't expect that type of feedback, especially in Christmas when you have all the distractions. And economy was just opening back up as well. So we thought that we could kind of slide under the radar and just have the app in the space, but it blew up, and we're appreciative of that. So outside of referrals, I can send money to you. We can do P2P transfers, peer-to-peer. I can send you money. You can send it back to me very quickly. How do you get money in the app? We have cash-in features. So NCB is our banking partner. What this means is that you can link your NCB account directly to the wallet, and it can cash in or it can cash out. So that's exciting. It's very easy to integrate, and we have partnered with NCB, and that we're also looking to partner with other banks to offer that service. But right now, NCB being our banking partner, we have started with NCB. If you don't have an NCB account, don't worry. You can use your debit or credit card from any bank in Jamaica, any local bank, and cash into the app. We have a secure registration process. Once you have registered your card, you can then cash into the app, and then you can use it to send money to friends or family. And the cash out is the same. You can cash out to any bank account, whether it be BNS, Sagicor, FGB, any one of them. You can cash out to any bank account that you like, or you can cash out to your NCB.
So transactions, how quick is this compared?
Let's talk about that now.
You call somebody and do a RTGSR, so how quick is it?
Yeah, those are things of the past. This is instant, so it literally takes split seconds to send money. Literally, it's a swipe. So once you enter the name of the person, you can look them up in the directory, or you can scan their QR code, and I can literally, once I swipe up and the transaction is successful, the person gets the money instantly in their wallet. And that's a big thing for us now. So, I owe you money, you need the money now. I have it in my bank account, ACH, RTGS. If we catch the window, window, so it could be 8 o'clock in the night and you need that 5,000 that you loaned me 2 weeks ago. I can swipe up, send you the money, and you get it instantly in your wallet, and then you can go cash out, etc. What we have as some future features though. Well, currently we launch mobile top-ups. You're going to see some advertising for that come next week. I know tomorrow is holiday, but I think we're going to roll out some executions tomorrow. So you're going to see the mobile top-up. One of the big things about it is that you have the digital app and the Flow app, but you need a credit card to really purchase the credits. Yeah. With us now, you don't need a credit card to use Lynk, which means that once you're within Lynk, you can buy your credit immediately, and it is sent to your phone.
So it's becoming a monetary ecosystem. Everything can go on in the app.
And it stays together, and we keep you there, right? And what we want to do is provide you with convenience. So we'll have mobile top-up launch. Bill payments coming up next, which means that you don't need to visit all of the bill pays to pay your bills. You don't have to worry about going to the bank to get the cash to go pay your bills. You can cash into Lynk, pay your bills, and buy your credit. And a very cool feature that we're launching, because if you notice, for cashing, I spoke a lot about banking instruments. I spoke about a credit card and a bank account and a debit card. Coming very soon, like in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be launching an integration with the NCB ABM network. What this means is that you don't need a bank account and you don't need an NCB account, but you can get an NCB ABM, select Lynk as the option, scan the QR code, interface with it, and you can literally take physical cash and put it into the ABM, and immediately it will be reflected in your wallet so that you can use it in the wallet. So you have a bag of things to do. You just walk with your money.
That is a game changer. I don't think people understand what that means.
It's going to be
because
big.
We're going from we're seamlessly linking now digital and fiat money very seamlessly. Join the line, have to walk and look behind you and hold your bag right here. You deposit the money, put it in right away into your Lynk account. That is a big move.
Big. And then the idea is that once you put it in, you can use it to pay your bills. I can send money to Keisha because I owe her some money. I can go buy some credit to call who I want to call, and life goes on. And then on top of that, we're launching our merchant platform. So obviously, everybody going to say, okay, John, so I have this wallet. You're talking about P2P, talking about bill payment and credit. Can I use it somewhere? Yes. So coming soon, we're launching merchants. We're starting to build out the platform. We've already engaged with some partners, some exciting partners as well, and more to come. I'd like if you could share with me in the chat which merchants you want us to engage.
Where you want to be able to use Lynk.
Where you want to be able to use Lynk, let us know. But the idea is, and I see a question, is there a fee to
Lots of questions lining up for you.
Okay, so we can get into the QA part soon. But we're launching the merchant side where you can either buy online. So imagine you don't have a credit card. This merchant has a QR code on the website. You can scan and pay. The merchant get a notification that John just paid, and then we can work out delivery or access to that service or the goods. Likewise, I can physically go to a merchant. I see a QR code on this somewhere printed. I can scan the QR code, enter the money that I owe, and pay the merchant. There's no exchange of cash. We're all safe. So we have a lot of things, and most importantly, Lynk is secure. It's built on security. Most of the security comes from biometric. So most phones now have biometric built into it. So we utilize some of that biometric, and then of course, remember when you were signing up, we asked to see a face. What this means, Keisha, is that if I happen to take your phone, or I happen to get a username and password, for whatever reason, some hacker gets access to your username and password, and they try to log in on another device, is going to say, hold up, this was not the device that you signed up with. Let me see your face and let me compare it to the face that we have in the database before you can get access. So it's very safe, very secure.
You better look like the person you're wrong.
Yeah, man, you have to look like the person, right? The money you're going to spend to look like somebody, probably not worth it to let that person have millions in the app, but who knows? But we have to build it on security. The hackers and the scammers, they come every single day, and they're very creative and they're very bright, right? These guys are very intelligent. So we're not just saying that biometric is a holy grail or the silver bullet to security. We have to we continuously monitoring and innovating to ensure that we keep our users safe.
That is good. That is good. And so let's take some of the questions before. So Shay Reed is saying, how can I deposit for demonstration? That is, loaners look at the amount of withdrawals. So I think what Shay's asking is, once we do the deposit, how does she provide that info to lenders?
Okay, right. So what will happen is once we start to allow access to the platform, with your permission, we'll allow you to print a statement, and you can carry that statement to your lender to say, hey, these are my transactions, etc. We are not a bank. And you know that most banks look at how you interact with other banks, but we are regulated by the BOJ as a payment service provider. So the idea is that you should be able to look at the history in the app and determine how the trends and the behavior, so the banks can use that to create a credit score or some type of facility, offer some type of facility to that person, especially to the small business owners. Working at Credit Info, a lot of the small businesses have a really hard time accessing finances to grow that business. And that's just because they usually operate very cash heavy, they don't have enough data to provide to the lender. So they're either getting extremely high rates or they can only access a limited amount of funds. So the more data you can provide, especially us being regulated by the BOJ, should assist you in accessing the finances required.
Yes, that is true. Banks just want to see regular inflows into your accounts. Once you show that, regardless of where it is, you are fine. Yes.
All right, I see a question from Ian.
Customer service related question here. They're always creeping. So Ian is saying, it would be nice if you forgot your PIN, you are not locked out. I've been waiting patiently over a month now to use the app.
All right, first thing, Ayana, let me apologize for that long wait. We know that there are some complexities in the account recovery process, but they are being fixed. So I'm going to ask you, to try again. You should be able to access. It depends on the information that we have on you. I would love if you could also contact customer care. They will assist you in getting into the app. We don't want anybody to be left behind. 1 month is a long time. So I'd probably try to get the information as well, Ayana, so that we could make direct contact to ensure that you get or regain access to the app. Yes. Sometimes when they make things a little too secure, it becomes very complicated.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the business, but I do apologize. But we are working on our account recovery flow to ensure that it is as easy as onboarding and as easy as using the app. So, watch the space on that.
Is there a fee to cash in or cash out?
No. So currently there are no fees in Lynk. We don't intend to charge fees, especially for P2P. It depends on the instrument that you use to cash in. If you use a credit card, there might be a fee attached to it just because we have to pay the network, MasterCard or Visa. We are currently working with them to ensure that this is something affordable or something that we can absorb. But as it stands now, there are no fees to cash in, cash out, and there will definitely be no fees, not in the foreseeable future, if you want to send money to another party within the ecosystem.
Nice. So could we have a live demonstration on how to use the app?
I would love to give a live demonstration today, but I cannot. That's not. I don't think we're set up. We're not set up to show that today.
Right, or maybe probably what we'll do in the notes is just put if you have a link to a demonstration.
Right. So we do have a YouTube page. We have a YouTube page. You can search for Lynk. We do have a YouTube page where you can look at how to onboard. And then we're going to start to load it with a lot of videos in terms of how to use the app, how to send a referral, how to search for somebody, how to scan the QR code, all that type of stuff. So you're going to have a whole set of videos that you can utilize. So I love the question. Michelle, but I just, we're working through some other things now. So that in itself is just an exciting demo that we'd have to set up a separate meeting for.
Okay, that's good. All right, so Santana is saying how you make the referral and how you get the 250. Santana is all about the 250 and her free money. So how exactly does it work?
All right, Santana. So when you download the app, when you click on your profile, you're going to see rewards. And in rewards, you're going to see your code. What you can do is from within the app, you can share the code. You click on share, it opens up all your apps that are chat-like apps. So Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, if you use, Telegram, all of these different apps. iMessage, of course, through SMS or iMessage if you have an iPhone. And you will send them a link with the code. They will download the app. And once they enter the code, you get 250 and they get a welcome bonus. So it's mutually beneficial. So if you refer somebody, they get a welcome bonus, you get a referral bonus. And you have helped us to grow the ecosystem and you're financially rewarded for that.
Makes sense.
And it's instant, right? Once they enter the code, they get a welcome bonus and you get a referral bonus.
All right. And then we have another question from Shay. She had I do deposit money, but I've recently had an experience where a withdrawal was a problem.
All right, Shay. So I need some more information on that. But you can withdraw. Let me just talk about withdrawal, and then maybe you can give us a little more detail in the chat, Shay. But so when you withdraw, you can withdraw two ways. Right now, the first way is withdrawing directly to your NCB bank account, right? Or you can withdraw to another bank. That runs, however, on the ACH rail, so that can take 1 to 3 days, depending on how the banks interface with NCB or a banker. And we know how ACH works. But those should be the only areas where you would experience a problem. Once you have your NCB bank account linked, it's instant, no matter what time of day. If you have linked another bank account that's not NCB, and you can't link a non-local account. So if it's an international account, you can't link it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yes, probably.
Cross-border payments will be coming soon. Watch the space. But if it's another bank account, then you'd be able to send it via ACH. You can only do that between the windows that are provided by the BOJ and the commercial banks, which is usually between 9 and 3, depending on the medium that you choose.
All right. Okay. We'll go in. I think you're gonna have to reach out to Ayana, or we'll find a way to link her. So she tried customer service, not able to get them.
All right, we'll find a way to get your information, Ayana, and I'll definitely have somebody reach out to you.
Yeah, that is good. So I want to get your thoughts, John, on the future of money. Mm-hmm. You are in the pioneer space, pushing through now. We have that mobile payments portion. You're progressing along nicely, bringing effective and efficient transactions, which are needed because we're building wealth. We need to do business transaction. We need to do peer-to-peer. Money has to turn over. Remember, I always say, money loves speed.
Yes.
it grows. Turn it, it grows, right? It's like a bubble. Turn it and it grows. Now, what do you see as the future of money, and how is linking to that future of money?
Excellent question. So the future of money is definitely digital. So in the classroom session, we saw where money shifted from the barter system where you have goat and cow and pig and you trade, and if the trade not if there's no coincidence of a need, then the trade dies. And it evolved to gold, some precious material, difficult to mine, difficult to get into your hands, heavy to transport as well, clunky, to cash, which is managed by the central bank, to digital money, which is where Link is right now. And then we're going into virtual or crypto or current or cryptocurrencies. So the future of money is digital, for sure. A lot of countries right now don't use cash. Physical cash is like rare. If you look at China, 99% of their transactions are done through digital wallets like WeChat and Alipay. And then if you go to other parts of Europe, what they're using is mobile wallets on their phones where they have added their credit cards and they can tap on devices and scan, and everybody just happy and no wallet, right? Well, no cash in wallet. You still need a wallet maybe for your driver's license.
But a small wallet, yeah.
Some super small wallets, and everything is. The thing is this, everything is going more digital. So money obviously will have to transition and transform at some point in time. So where let's look at the future of money in Jamaica. It's going to transition to digital at some point in time, and we are trying to pioneer that journey. Many have tried. We think that we have learned a lot from their experiences, and now is the right time. COVID, fortunately or unfortunately, has helped us transition in an accelerated way. Before, a lot of persons were never interested in going digital or online, and because of COVID and the restrictions put in place, we had to pivot. We had to learn what online was like. Even for the liquor man on the road now, you see him put up his Instagram page and start sell things that way. Things that were like, I don't need to do that. So we think the future of money is digital. But then what we're seeing now come up outside of digital money is cryptocurrencies, where these are decentralized currencies developed by private organizations that now have created value in spaces that the larger regulators can't. And then they're taking off. So, in 2010, there were like 10 cryptocurrencies. Now there are thousands of them, and they all have different use cases. So really and truly, what we're seeing now with money is that it's becoming more digital because the digital aspect of it creates convenience. It creates an area where you have more data to share, which means that you can now unlock, access to assets. So that's kind of where we see it happening. Cryptocurrencies are fairly new. They're very volatile. So we're still learning a lot about them. But even if cryptocurrencies are not the de facto currency, what we definitely know is that digital is where we need to go, because it's borderless. I can sit down here and buy something in China and it comes to me once the boat can carry it or the plane. So we are seeing all of these things. One time, imagine you used to have to send that cash over and wait and hope
somebody carry it for you over. Yeah,
man. So what we're seeing now is all of that. And goods and services have also become more digital, which means that there's instant gratification for this. So you pay for subscriptions to get access to these things. So digital is where it's going. You have to, I think, for you to survive as a business, you have to step into the digital space. In Jamaica, cash is still king, but it doesn't mean that digital is not coming, right? If you watch Game of Thrones,
the king is old.
The king is old.
The king has sit down and wait. Any minute now, the king will pass.
And that is it.
Jamaica has to catch up.
Yeah, we have to catch up. And it's not that, not that we want to follow, but the fact is that we have this younger generation of guys coming out of university, coming up out of school, who are now exposed to instant gratification, right? Every single thing that they do is instant. So if you can't provide that service to them as a small business or a large business, you're going to lose. And likewise, if they exist in a digital space, because they're now born digital native, them can use tablet and phone. You have to teach them. From them reach one and them swipe and them know how to unlock your phone. You don't even tell them your code.
I don't know no baby that can use a phone or a tablet or iPad. Every baby just
exactly.
happens.
So imagine when they mature and they start to spend, they're going to want to utilize things that they're comfortable using. And that is going to be some device. I mean, the phones are always going to be upgraded.
Yes.
We haven't seen much upgrades to the smartphones recently. They're kind of just more of the same, better cameras and little better interfaces. But the fact is that things are being stored on the phone now, and that's what the younger generation are going. That's what they're going to want. That's what they're going to prefer to use. Keisha, imagine one day you drive out, you leave your wallet or your purse. You might say, you know what, I can survive. But you see, the day you say you leave your phone, you turn.
Yeah,
You can't survive. You can't.
Turn back and go fight. Yes.
So that is it. So the phone itself has become an important instrument, and we need to be a part. We want to be a part of that ecosystem. So the future of money is digital, if you want to put it that way.
Definitely, yes, definitely in Canada. That's all we use. You don't need. I heard no cash. It's mainly digital payments that occur for sure. I will have a couple more questions popping up. I think Shay has one at the end. Passing money through. So yes, passing money through the account. Passing money through the account. But how do I do that in such a way that I can access certain things? Do I have to keep a certain amount in the account, etc.?
So that's an excellent question. So right now, Lynk is a transactional account, which means that you don't need to keep a balance per se, but it'd be good to keep some money in there for a rainy day, right? You need some credit, you can buy some. Mommy needs some money, daddy needs some money, brother, sister, friend, you can send up. But the idea is that Lynk is transactional. You use it to pay for things. Having money in the wallet, gives you instant access once you want to pay. If you need to cash in, you have to go, use a credit card, cash in. You might have to go to the ABM. That in itself, might not be the best experience if something is needed right now. But to Shay's point, you don't need to keep a balance in the wallet. But it would be always good to leave something in there so that you can utilize it, whenever you do need it.
Good. All right. So last thing is just to touch on Jamdex.
Yes.
Factors into the whole Lynk ecosystem. How exactly does that part of it work?
All right. So Jamdex is the central bank digital currency. It's not to be confused with crypto. So cryptocurrency is decentralized. It's owned by random people that we don't know. We've never seen
anonymous, yeah.
Anonymous. The inventor of Bitcoin, we don't know if he's one man or a group of people. We don't know who they are, but
these things. Yes.
So so the cryptocurrencies are decentralized. They're owned by individuals and private institutions. Jamdex or CB or central bank digital currency, or as it's called Jamdex, is monitored, managed, and distributed by the Bank of Jamaica, our central bank, which means that it is centralized, right? And it is pegged 1-to-1 to the Jamaican dollar. So cryptocurrencies are very volatile. Today they're $5 to 1. They're $5 for a crypto. Tomorrow is 7. Next day is some cents. They're that volatile. They undulate a lot. CBDC Jamdex is pegged to the Jamaican dollar. So wherever the Jamaican dollar moves against the US counterpart, which is how we measure it now, it stays. Jamdex and the Jamaican dollar run at the same rate, and that's why it's going to be forever. It's not going to earn or appreciate or depreciate less than the Jamaican dollar. It's pegged 1-to-1. What does this mean for Lynk? So Lynk has two forms of currency. We have the digitized fiat, which is what you spoke about, the cash. So we digitize the cash and we put it in the wallet so you can use it conveniently. And then you have CBDC, which is digitized money distributed by the central bank. It only exists in its digital form, right? Fiat money is cash that is digitized. CBDC was never cash, physical cash. It's minted on a server and it's distributed to wallets like ours. So within Lynk, you're going to have access to a second currency. You're going to have your regular Lynk money, which is digitized cash, and then you're going to have access to CBDC Jamdex as a second currency. The beauty about Jamdex though is this. Right now, if you want, if you have a Lynk wallet and you want to send money to another Lynk user, they must also have a Lynk wallet, right? That's the ecosystem that we would have created. With Jamdex, one of the big benefits is interoperability. It's a big word. But what interoperability means is that if another bank creates a Jamdex wallet, I can send money from my wallet to their wallet, even though it's not a Lynk wallet. So that in itself means that now you can send money across banks very easily, instantly, free of charge, right? Any time of day. So that's a big thing that Jamdex is going to bring. It's leveling. It's carrying everybody to a level playing field. in terms of sending money from between each other. So guess what though? There were we have 100,000 customers who would have benefited from the money that Dr. Knight promised, right? No, it's 2,500.
The 2,500, yeah, the Jamdex money, yes.
Right. So if you have a digital wallet or a low KYC account and you signed up, by April 1st or starting April 1st, you have access to it. So we have started to communicate with the persons who qualify. The qualification process does take some time because you have persons who sign up for a low KYC bank account and some persons who signed up for a digital wallet in Lynk. We're the only digital wallet to offer Jamdex right now. So the central bank had to do some validation and verification because there's only one payout you can get. You can't get the two of them.
Right. So Marcia versus Marcy. Yeah.
Exactly. And we have started to communicate to the persons who qualify, and then come next week or the week after, you'll be able to see your balance and start to utilize Jamdex. So the benefit is coming soon. Excited to know how you guys plan to use it. You can shout us up on social media, etc. But big things coming soon, and you'll be able to utilize your Jamdex. So Jamdex is new. The central bank is supporting the digital, and we spoke about the future of money, and the central bank is launching digital currency. So it's obvious that digital is the way forward.
Yes.
So excited to know you're going to use it. But as I said when I started, I would love to know though, when we are launching our merchant platform, tell us where which merchants you'd want to see on Lynk, that or places that you'd want to be able to utilize Lynk in the future.
For sure. So persons know. And it will live forever. The videos, the replay lives forever on YouTube. So people will always be adding. So you can always check back and see there as well.
Definitely.
But thank you, John, for being on the Money Classroom and sharing your insights.
Thanks for inviting me.
It was really, really good for a person to have the money book scribbling, taking notes, and saying, all right, I understand what I want. You need to be linking up with the future. Make sure you're on that as well, guys. But thank you, John, for being with us.
Thank you, Keisha. And Ayana, we're gonna figure out a way to reach out to you.
Yes.
Ensure that you get into the app, right? I won't sleep until you get into the app.
So find John. I guess you guys can connect.
I'll try to find her. You can find me on LinkedIn.
Ayana, maybe send me your email and then I will connect you. Please get started out.
All right. Well, thank you very much for having me. Thank you. I hope I answered most of your questions adequately. I will review the video again, look into the chat to see if I missed anything. But we love to see supermarkets and movie theaters.
Yes. All right.
So
make sure it's there. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Take care. All right, guys. There we have it. The future of money is digital. Make sure we know, make sure we understand the implications for that. And I said restaurants, gas station. Make sure we understand that the future is money is digital. We need to be a part of that. So we need to get on Lynk. We need to make sure that our choice of money reflects where money is going as well. So see you guys in 2 weeks. We're gonna be back inside the Money Classroom then. This was an amazing class. I'm sure you guys learned a lot. Remember, knowledge is nothing without execution. Implement, implement, implement. Also, this is the final week to register for the Money Boot Camp on May 28th and 29th. It's just around the corner. There you see a nice banner running across with the URL to sign up for the Money Boot Camp. It's $149 US. And over 2 days, you're going to learn exactly how to get started with investing from end to end. We also have one of the banks coming to help you to open your investment accounts. A bank is going to be there to help you to open your account. So end to end, I am making sure you are secure and you have everything you need to be a successful investor. If you're saying 2022 is your money year, you need to be inside the Money Bootcamp to learn the money principles that will take you into building wealth. And we're talking generational wealth. Thank you, Rochelle. I'm very happy that you enjoyed class. Thank you, Ayana, as well. Big up yourself. And I will see you guys next time inside the Money Classroom. Bye.